You think you need to change your entire life overnight. A perfect routine, perfect discipline, perfect focus. You think one day you'll wake up and suddenly become that version of yourself. But that day never comes. Because you're chasing perfection instead of progress. And that's why you feel stuck. You wake up motivated. You tell yourself today is different. You're going to do everything right. Wake up early, work out, eat clean, stay focused, be productive all day. You try to become your best self in one day. And for a few hours, it feels like it's working. But then, something shifts. You get tired. You lose focus. You slip just a little. And suddenly, the whole plan falls apart. Now you feel like you failed. Again. So you quit. Not because you're weak, but because your strategy is broken. You don't need to change everything. You need to change one thing. 1%. Just 1% better than yesterday. That's it. No extremes, no pressure to be perfect. Just a small step forward. And it sounds too simple. That's why people ignore it. Reading one extra page doesn't feel powerful. Doing one more rep doesn't feel life-changing. Waking up 10 minutes earlier doesn't feel like success. It feels insignificant. But that's the lie. Because what you don't see is what happens over time. That 1% compounds. Day after day, week after week, it stacks quietly. While everyone else is chasing big results and burning out, you're building something real, something stable, something that lasts. Because real change doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency, from showing up even when it feels pointless, especially when it feels pointless. That's where most people fail. They only act when they feel motivated. They only show up when it feels exciting. But discipline isn't built in those moments. It's built in the boring ones, the quiet ones. The days where nothing feels different, but you still do the work anyway. That's where identity starts to shift. Because every small action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. You skip the work, that's a vote for your old self. You do it anyway, that's a vote for your future. And those votes add up, slowly, silently, until one day, you look at your life, and something feels different. You're more focused, more disciplined, more in control. Not because you changed everything at once, but because you changed something every day. That's how you become unrecognizable. Not through one big moment, but through hundreds of small ones. So stop waiting. Stop thinking you need the perfect plan. Stop telling yourself you'll start when you're ready. You're never going to feel ready. And that's fine, because you don't need to be ready. You just need to start. Right now. Today. Ask yourself one simple question. What is my 1% today? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Make it small. So small you can't avoid it. Then do it. No matter how you feel, no matter how pointless it seems, do it anyway. Because that's how momentum starts. That's how discipline is built. That's how control comes back into your life. And once you start, you don't stop. You keep stacking, one day at a time, one action at a time, 1% at a time. And eventually, you won't recognize the person you used to be. Not because of one big decision, but because you chose to improve every single day. Start now.